Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied expeditionary forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command.
So might as well we start the ceremony right now. So everyone take a seat. If you are able, please stand for the national anthem. Now I would like to invite our President, David Smith, to talk about the story of VE Day. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. Thank you everybody for coming out today. Probably an early start for many of you. If you got up this morning to watch the coronation ceremonies in London, you have a nice day. They didn't have such a nice day. So welcome to this VE Day Remembrance Ceremony. For Canada, the Second World War officially began on September the 10th, 1939, with the declaration of war against Germany. Within 2 months, the first Canadian troops arrived in the United Kingdom to supplement the British Expeditionary Forces. Canada's contribution to the war effort over the 6 years saw all three arms of the Canadian military, Army, Navy, and Air Force, taking part in numerous major offensives. On the land, Canada was involved in numerous major offensives. The Canadian 2nd Division formed the bulk of the soldiers on the ill-fated Dieppe raid on August the 19th, 1942. Of the 5,000 Canadians who took part, nearly 1,000 were killed and 2,000 were taken prisoner. On July the 6th, 1943, the Italian campaign began when Canada and the Allied forces landed in Sicily during Operation Husky. The fall of Sicily cleared the way for the first full-scale invasion of mainland Europe on September the 3rd, 1943, by Canada and the Allied forces. The battle northward through Italy continued to the war's end and ultimately cost the lives of nearly 6,000 Canadians. On D-Day occurred on June 6, 1944, when Canada and the Allies went ashore on the heavily fortified beaches of Normandy, France. More than 14,000 Canadians participated in what was known as Operation Overlord. On the sea, the main duty of the Royal Canadian Navy was to act as convoy escorts across the Atlantic. In the Mediterranean, and to Murmansk in the USSR. They also hunted submarines and supported amphibious landings in Sicily, Italy, and Normandy. By the end of the war effort, the Navy lost nearly 2,000 sailors. In the air, 48 Royal Canadian Air Force squadrons served in Europe. The scale of their contribution was recognized on the 1st of January 1943 by the formation of No. 6 Group, a Canadian formation within Bomber Command. Canadian airmen fought in the Battle of Britain, North Africa, Italy, and the Normandy invasion. By the end of the war, about 17,000 airmen died, the great majority while serving with Bomber Command. Canadian units played a prominent part in the liberation of the Netherlands, while others went on to participate in the Battle of Germany. In February 1945, the Canadian First Army attacked the Reichswald Forest and helped drive the Germans back across the Rhine. The German forces surrendered to General Montgomery on Lüneburg Creek on 5th of May 1945, and on May the 8th, 1945, the Second World War officially ended in Europe. 1.2 million Canadians served in the Canadian Army, Royal Canadian Navy, Royal Canadian Air Force during the war. Of this number, more than 50,000 women served in the Canadian Women's Army Corps, the Royal Canadian Air Force Women's Division, the Women's Royal Canadian Naval Service, and as nursing sisters. From D-Day to VE Day, 12,500 Canadians died. By the end of the war, more than 45,000 Canadians gave their lives, and another 55,000 were wounded. The Royal Canadian Navy began the war with 13 vessels and 3,500 sailors, and ended as one of the largest navies in the world, with 373 ships and more than 110,000 sailors. 16 Canadians were awarded the Victoria Cross for most conspicuous bravery in the presence of the enemy during the war. Still to this day, the Canadian soldiers are considered heroes in the Netherlands. As a token of gratitude for offering the Dutch royal family a safe haven during the Second World War, the Dutch government has been sending hundreds of thousands of tulip bulbs to Canada every year since the end of 1945. Today, we remember and honor these brave men and women who so gallantly served and made the ultimate sacrifice. Let us never forget.
Now I would like to invite all stand, if you are able, for the last pose, and followed by 2 minutes of silence, and then the rouse. we shall grow not old, as we that all them grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the year condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Thank you, Matthias. Please be seated. Ceremony. Can I ask everybody rise for the royal anthem?